Okay, I'm live. Come on in, folks. Join me. This should be a good one. Well, good or bad, depending on your perspective, I guess, but it's definitely going to be informative. And if I can do it, I'll try to keep it even entertaining. So you kind of get a twofer. So while I'm just waiting for folks to stream in here, I'm just making sure I've got all of the sources here for the topics that we're going to be talking about today, which is, yeah. That's wild. Actually, let me bring this up. Use this for the first part of this stream. Actually, maybe before I even start, actually, maybe I should do a little announcement. Maybe a couple announcements are in order. Yeah, why not? Why not? Right? Got some stuff on the go. Got some stuff on the go. And damn, you hear about Texas today, or yesterday, or day before? Oh, oh! Every time I think I got to move to the U.S. and the state, I'm tossing up New Hampshire, but it's like, I'm getting out of Canada. Let's get rid of the coal. Like, hello, if I'm leaving Canada, I'm not going to go. New Hampshire's a great state. No income tax, or sorry, no sales tax. It's considered the free state, right? It's very, very lax in terms of a lot of the restrictions and regulations. But Texas has always kind of been. I've been fond of Texas, the Lone Star State, rebellious, right? Complete free market oriented stuff, and just Texas, everything's big in Texas, right? And then to find out that Texas is now going to join, other states such as Florida and what was the other one? A couple other ones, Missouri, maybe it was, but yeah, Texas governor there said, yeah, we're going wide open, and yeah, by the way, no mask mandates. Could you imagine to be a Texan right now and have that, especially if you're the kind of person like I am or like you are, and like really, really cherish your freedoms and your liberties? Like, oh, am I ever going to take it? Oh, I'm going to live those freedoms. Although I will say, at least for someone like myself, I probably would have been spending most of that time living as free as I humanly possibly could anyways. But just the fact that you didn't at least have to constantly be looking over your shoulder all the time. Oh, like I say, kudos to the governor down there, and congrats to the people of Texas for gaining your freedom. And not a shot even had to be fired, right? So right on. Right. Once again, I'm not a fan of the political class. I'm not a fan of having rulers or anyone that gets to dictate or control every aspect of your social and economic lives. But hey, at least if we are going to have rulers until we finally figure out that we're all adults and we don't need them, hey, if you're going to have them, at least have some that are willing to at least, maybe give you a little bit of your freedoms, right? If you want to have a master, you might want to have a master that's going to at least want to treat you well, right? I guess that's a message for the multitudes of Canadians that seem to have Stockholm syndrome. Wow. Anyways, not like they'd be listening to my videos or my streams for that matter. But anyways, listen to this, because we all heard this, right? We all heard this. It was so in our face constantly. Not sure if you can see this, actually. Looks quite small on my screen, so I'm not sure if you folks can see it fully. But it's basically two screen captures of CBC News articles. The first one, the one on so it'd be on your left, I guess, when you're looking at the screen. A disinformation campaign falsely suggests that Canadians will be forcibly sent to quarantine sites. And it tells you that PM health officials warns Canadians against believing COVID-19 internment camp disinformation, right? And this was, what is it, October 20th, 2020. I probably covered this specific one myself. No doubt I did. And then, of course, there's this one, right? A little bit later after the fact. It's the thing with these hacks at CBC. They're not thinking long-term, media term. They're not thinking about making sure all their narratives align. It's just put your nose down, get your paycheck, go the fuck home, right? Drink a bottle of wine or two, right? They're not thinking of just how idiotic or hypocritic or contradictory they sound when you can put this stuff together, right? So here, once again, two men, both now at home, are among the few, and it's being reported by CBC News, right? Two men, both now at home, are among the few willing to speak publicly about their mandatory stays in Calgary's isolation hotel which has been transformed into a federal quarantine facility. So, boom, there it is. It's literally right there, like smack right in your fucking face. The fact that they go around. I mean, I don't have to worry about it because the kind of people that I align with or associate or talk with, they know what the fuck's up. They know what's. I don't deal with the sheeple, right? Not much. I try to reach out to the sheeple, but most of the sheeple don't want to pay any attention to me. But anyways, the people I deal with, we all. But could you imagine being someone that's trying to, like, even a young person? I can imagine being like a millennial or even a Gen Z out there trying to explain some of this stuff. And you're like, no, man, I'm serious. They're fucking talking about quarantine facilities. And then you got all your classmates or all those people that have been, drinking the Kool-Aid of leftist, collectivist, fucking establishment, status quo, media, fucking propaganda. And they're like, you must be one of those right-wing conspiracy theorists, are you? You got your tiki torch with you too, man? Like, all the shit, the insults, the derision. Meanwhile, boom, right there. Now, if you are one of those people, come on, take advantage of this and go back and say, hey, what do you got to say now? Here, in your face, motherfucker. No, but really, though, most of the people on the liberty side of things are like, try to hold ourselves, and I do myself, hold myself to a ridiculously high standard. But at times, certain times, I'd be like, I'm going to slide down just a little bit. Normally, I'd like to hold myself up here, but I'm sliding down just far enough just to go down that, race down their level. So, see you motherfuckers. I told you so, motherfucker. Next time you try to call me conspiracy theorist without any evidence to back it up, you might want to, you might have gained that attention from your peer group at the time. It's like, yeah, man, you told him. But once again, look what happened now. Now, who looks like the fucking idiot? How many times you want to look like an idiot? Right? How many times? That's all. To me, that's one thing I would ask all these collectivists or these people on the left these days. How many times are you going to follow your master down that fucking path and over that cliff, right? Like, what the hell? They're failing you so severely, so miserably, and you still fucking, like I say, what? Damn, what's in that Kool-Aid? What the hell is up? What's in that Kool-Aid? A lot better than what I got in this drink. Jesus, you people are insane. Not you folks, of course, but I mean, it's literally right there, right? And of course, I had posted, my caption of it was, the hacks in the media are gaslighting anyone who tries to speak out and tell the truth. Well, it's either that or they're just the most inept and incompetent people on the planet in terms of informing the masses. So that's the thing. Either they're purposely doing this or they're just a bunch of fucking dipshit idiots that don't know what the hell they're doing because they're just going to work and get a paycheck. How many people do we know in our own fucking personal lives are people that are just like that? And these are people who work for a socialist institution. You think they're really, really ambitious or goal-oriented? Just put their nose to the grindstone, get their paycheck, go home, drink a bottle of wine. Like I say, this is the kind of people who want to work for a corrupt, crony, communist organization, propaganda outlet such as the CBC. So what do you expect, right? What do you expect? But I mean, it is nice. It is nice. It's, at the very least, it's really nice for those of us who were in the know, way out in front, to be able to say, yeah. And first of all, I will say this to the hacks on the establishment media. I keep pointing this out too. You know, you can call me a conspiracy theorist, although very few of them actually do it to me personally. Me on my page. Like I say, I'm not the average bear here. But if you're going to label me in particular, if you want to even try to use that as some means to make people not listen to what I say, here, I got no problem. In fact, you can call me a tinfoil hat. You can call me, just don't call me fucking right wing. I'll take the moniker conspiracy theorist. It's all right. I can handle that, right? Nut job, extremist in terms of libertarian, I guess. Whatever. Call me whatever fucking ridiculous shit. Just don't ever fucking call me right wing. Because, like I say, I don't play on either side of that stupid political game. So at the very least, I want people to point out the fact, if you're going to try to label me in some way, I don't play for team left or team right. I have an independent, critically thinking mind, and I don't have to align with either. Right? I'll hold both to account and to a standard. And if none of them want to raise up to that level or be held to account, whatever, then fuck off. I don't give a shit about neither side. That's the thing. I don't play these stupid tribal games. And most of you already know that anyways. But yeah, just enough with the constant, the right wing thing, right? But yeah, so I mean, come on. We already know the facilities. I mean, come on. Keenan's in one run right now, right? Keen from Rebel News, isn't he in one literally right now? So yeah, we know they're real. We know they exist. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. It's just a fact. And then, of course, we kept hearing about people, as this whole thing been talked about in terms of traveling, people like, especially from the liberty-oriented community, libertarians or, freedom fighters, anarchists, critical thinkers, any people, they were talking about, the potential for this, vaccine passport, or there's lots of iterations or terms you can call it. I've heard other people suggest another term that you might want to call it would be a health pass or some sorts, right? Where did I hear that from? Anyways, some kind of a passport or pass that's like, hey, yeah, I got my shot. I got my number of the beast. I mean, I got my shot here. So, right, no, I'm just kidding in a way. But yeah, I got my shot. So can I travel freely now? Can I have my freedoms, please? Like, and of course, that was another one of those examples. Let me bring a couple of those other couple. We were suggested, if you were touting that, they're going to have such thing as requiring a COVID passport or an immunity passport or a vaccine passport. Once again, just labeled as right-wing conspiracy theorists. You must be a bunch of those parlor people or Trump supporters. You bunch of nutbar conspiracy theorists, right? Right-wing conspiracy theorists, right? But yeah, once again, like, are these people not sick and tired? And they repeat and regurgitate. I see the comments. So it's not just the hacks in the media that would promote this shit, right? Or call people conspiracy theorists. But then you see all the comments in the section below these on Facebook or Twitter, all these fucking outlets, although not really on Twitter much anymore. But you see it. All the people that are calling fucking parroting the same goddamn bullshit. Anyone that challenges that, or says that, no, these things might happen. It's like, you're a conspiracy theorist. But once again, proof is in the pudding. And here they are. They're a reality. And once again, try your best, try as you may, YouTube, to try to demonetize this or try to screw me up. But I'm using sources that you even deem to be the only ones that we're allowed to use. So how are you going to fuck me up? How are you going to fuck me up when I'm using your own goddamn sources? I don't know, but hey, this is what I'm doing. Let me bring it up. Share screen. Wait a minute. I got it here. There it is. Right from Global News, part of the establishment. Global News, CBC, CTV. Come on. This is the establishment. And there it is. Right there in black and white, folks. Right there in black and white. Vaccine passports gain traction. Experts warn of huge moral crisis and equity. So not about, listen, for you middle-aged, straight, white males, they don't give a fuck about you. But they are concerned that there might be some LGBT, BIPOC, LMNOP, QR, all that, that might get affected by this. They don't care about you, but hey, be thankful at the very least that they do care about some other people, right? Because at least those other people, like, if they care about their freedoms, then, well, we might actually gain some too, although probably not. Probably not. Matter of fact, we might be the ones that would be sacrificed at the altar to protect those who are part of the in-group, the collectivist group these days, right? Anyways, vaccine passports. Let me just make sure this is all pulled up on here. Yeah, okay, cool. And I will definitely be checking in the comments, see how you folks are doing. Really excited to have all you folks on the stream today. Like, it's a kid. Woo, I'm all over the place. Do this. But Anthony Samroff, we got a big thing. Let me mention that right now, actually. Yeah, let me mention that. Anthony reached out to me. Actually, let me read the message. Not just me. It's not all about me. It's about ideas. It's about doing things, about initiatives. And tell you, Anthony, my friend, the guy that wrote the book, Universal Basic Income for or Against, which I went back, believe it or not, it's like I went back and read it again. And it is a rather short book. You can actually read the book in probably just a couple hours if you're a fairly, quick reader. And yeah, I remember once again how great a job he did. But anyways, let me just point out. So Anthony is looking to set something up here. Okay. Oh, actually, I think it was back on his original page. Yeah, I'd have to actually go to his page. Actually, I can do that right now, can't I? Can't I? Where are we at here? We still got this. Oh no, actually, let me cover this because I already got it in the page. So yeah, let me cover this. Vaccine. Okay. So this was reported by Lori Kelman, the Associated Press. See what I mean, folks? See what I mean? Well, most of you folks that watch my stream, I wish there were more other folks that were joining us. It'd be nice. And no, it's not just about popularity. It's about, it would tell me that more people are these things. Anyways, the Associated Press. So it's basically just copy and paste of the Associated Press. And then if there's any opinionated aspects of the article, that's where you'll see there might be some discrepancies or differences. This was posted February 26th, like I say, by this Lori Kelman, 2021. Violet light bathed the club stage as 300 people, masked and socially distanced, erupted in gentle applause. For the first time since the pandemic began, Israeli musician Avi Geffen stepped to his electric piano and began to play for an audience seated right in front of him. A miracle is happening here tonight, Geffen told the crowd. Boy, almost makes you want to get a vaccine, right? So you can get that freedom. Not really, not me. But, that's the message we're getting here, right? Still, the reanimating experience Monday night above a shopping mall north of Tel Aviv night was not accessible to everyone. Only people displaying a green passport. Ooh, a green passport, they call it. A green passport that proved they had been vaccinated or had recovered from COVID-19 could get in. Oh, well. The highly controlled concert offered a glimpse of a future that many are longing for after months of COVID-19 restrictions. Governments say getting vaccinated and having proper documentation will smooth the way to travel, entertainment, and other social gatherings in a post-pandemic world. Or Yeah. What the fuck happened there, man? Holy shit. I must have been saying too much. I don't know what happened. It's a very, very, very common thing these days. Hopefully once I get my goddamn Starlink set up, I won't have to deal with this fucking bullshit. I am right here. I was rambling on there apparently, and nobody was there to watch or listen because I didn't know my setup totally fucking took a shit. Hey, what's going on, Jeremy? And whoever it is out there that's fucking with my shit or doing whatever, like, have fun. If you haven't figured it out as of yet, there's not a goddamn thing anybody's going to do to shut me up. Not a fucking thing. I don't know why they keep even trying or why this shit. Anyways, yeah, I'm back online. Oh yeah, I forgot my. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't. Well, I didn't forget. I like Hugh Bennett. Right on that. Yeah, I did. I did. Well, I didn't forget it. I just don't always wear it because I like to keep my hair. Tinfoil hat fucked with the hairdo. Oh shit! Hey, from Texas. Hello, Texas. Hey, if you truly are from Texas, you got anywhere that what can I do? Actually, I got to do really become more proactive. But what is the best way? I'm obviously a work visa or something to get myself get a foot, like at least my footprint in Texas in some way, because I am really really chomping at the bit. My wife is as well. Even my sons are at this point where it's like, yeah, Canada's it's not a good place to be these days, folks. Sorry. I mean, I know if you're like a Canadian nationalist, you're like, oh, how dare you say that about my country? My feels, man, my feels. Was like, well, you have your feels. I like my freedom a little bit more. So I'm saying, hey, what's going on there? Hey, David from Texas, you looking for any? I'm really great in multiple fields of construction. Well, first of all, I'm even really good. I can build engines, small engines, big engines, and everything in between. I'm good at that. Coming from performance-oriented background, high performance, drag race, and stuff like that. I'm also really good. I can build fences, decks. I've been into concrete. I can build roads. I've been in asphalt. I'm a man of many talents and in multitudes of trades. So anything you got down there, and I know Texas is in the middle of rebuilding from the big storm. So once again, if there is some way or anyone in Texas, and reach out to me at Canadian Libertarian BH at gmail.com or Canadian Libertarian on Proton Mail or any of my social media pages, Canadian Libertarian on Facebook, Minds. Just find me any way you can. Like I say, because I am really, really looking to find. Now I have I won't be able to do it right away. Something I'll have to set up because I have things that I have to, some things I'd have to deal with up here in Canada before I could move down to the US. But I'm definitely at the point now where I'm looking there, man. I'm looking there. It's like my freedom matters enough. And like I say, I'm not spending another fucking decade without any potential hope for my freedoms or for my kids or my potential grandkids. I'm done playing this game. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that, David. And thank you and welcome to the live stream. And kudos for you for being a Texan. I'm very, I gotta say, I'm usually not, but I'm very envious of the fine people of Texas today. Well, I mean, I have been for a while because they have that mindset that I feel like I would fit in. I feel like I am a Texan. I was just born in the wrong country. Oh, right on. Been here 49 years and I'm staying. No doubt about that, David. No doubt about that. Like I say, that's a great thing. And I'm trying my best to get down there and join you. I really and look, check this out. Actually, let me bring this up. Since David brought this up, check this stuff out, folks. Where was that? That was a way back up. I'm going to go off on a little sidetrack here. I'm getting sidetracked, but this was really cool. Speaking of Texas, here we go. Speaking of Texas, everything's big in Texas. Okay, share screen. Check out this Forbes article. You folks are going to love this one. Like I say, I already had mad respect for Elon and Texas and all that shit, but after reading this Forbes article, it stepped it up to a whole nother level. I don't know if you get that where that phrase came from, but that's was a Saturday Night Live guy, right? A whole nother level. But yeah, check this out, folks. Check this out, folks. Not only is Elon Musk giving us all this disruptive technology to challenge the status quo or just completely fucking step outside of this current establishment right now and just, like I say, just step outside and live free. No need to fight them. Just step outside the system and have your own autonomy and your freedom. That's what these disruptive technologies, entrepreneurs, and individual geniuses such as Elon Musk are bringing to us today. This is the thing. No revolution necessary. It's evolution. And we could just step outside the current paradigm. That's all that needs to take place. And before we get to Mars, but that's on the offer as well. Elon's got her back, right? Well, anyways, so this is breaking news, March 2nd, 2021. Elon Musk wants to set up a city named Starbase around his Texas rocket launch site. This is reported by Carly Porterfield, Forbes staff. What was this? Oh, so updated March 3rd, 2021. Top line, billionaire Elon Musk has approached officials of a Texas county where SpaceX has a private launch site and rocket production facility about incorporating a new city to be called Starbase, officials said. A whole city, man. A whole city, right? This is how you do it. Have you been watching my live streams, Elon? You getting the ideas from me? Right? No, I'm just kidding. I know, right? But I am the guy that says this stuff. You know that. It's all on record. I'm the guy that says this is how you do it. This is exactly and precisely how you do it, folks. You don't have to fight against the status quo or the establishment. You just have to step outside of it and create your own paradigm where you're like, you do you, I'll do me. And I don't care about what I won't play in your little game. You play in your own little sandbox. I'm creating my own little sandbox over here. That's how it's done, folks. That's how it's done. That is how liberty is going to come to fruition in the future. Not through violent revolutions. Well, if libertarians are at the forefront and the ideas of liberty are at the forefront, that's how it'll come to exist. If our opponents, on the other hand, not just maintain, but increase their power of not just persuasion, but the ability to affect our social and economic lives in the way they are, things could unfold in a much, much more worse way, right? Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino said Tuesday Elon Musk's private space flight company SpaceX reached out about Musk's interest in incorporating Boca Chica Village, Del Boca Vista. That's what from Seinfeld, right? It's a Florida retirement home in Florida, or retirement community, I should say. Anyways, where SpaceX is building its Starship rocket. And I'd love to get in on that action too, right? I'd love to be in part of this stuff. Dang. Trevino indicated the county is open to incorporation, but that the process must abide by all state incorporation statutes, and said the county will process any petitions in line with the law. Right on. Musk said Tuesday he's open to incorporate an area much larger than Boca Chica. Musk previously posted a mysterious statement about creating a Texas city called Starbase on Tuesday, and later added it would be a dog-friendly and led by the Doge. It would be dog-friendly and led by the Doge. So what does this say? If you're not familiar with cryptocurrencies or blockchain, what this is basically suggesting, right? This is Elon using his right. He's talking in phrases, right? But basically, this is saying, yeah, and you'll be able to use cryptocurrencies, right? Need to go do that, buy your groceries. You need to do this. You need to do that. We'll all be able to create our own, like our own economic environment. Like I say, completely removed from the current status quo, the current system. This is what this stuff is all about. Like I say, this guy has great ideas and he's got the money, right? That's the thing. Not only has he got the ideas, but the man has the money. The richest man on the planet, all that, has the money to back up his ideas and bring these ideas from here into the real world. Boom. That is what it's all about, folks. And you don't think for a minute. Obviously, Elon Musk is obviously a libertarian. So anyone out there who's saying, oh, those libertarians, what are they going to do? Are you guys? Oh, yeah. Well, it's the libertarians of the world, the ones that actually have resources at their disposal. But it is libertarians out there who are changing the paradigms or stepping outside the current one and creating their own, right? Whether it's here or on an entirely different planet, called Mars. Elon is out in front. Yeah, led by the Doge, a reference to the Dogecoin meme cryptocurrency he endorsed last month. That's so awesome. Key background: Musk, who Forbes estimates is worth nearly 164 billion. It's higher now, actually. Or no, that'd be about right. As it does fluctuate with the market, right? Is expanding its footprint in the Lone Star State. SpaceX also has a site in McGregor, a city halfway between Austin and Dallas. And this week, a job posting revealed the company's looking to build a manufacturing facility in Austin. The Boring Company began hiring in the Austin area in November, and the city was named the location of Tesla's next gigafactory. Musk confirmed in December he was moving to Texas from California. So anyways, so there is further reading of that, and I will definitely place a link to this article, obviously, in the description of the stream. But yeah, good stuff or what, right? Yeah. Let's see what's going on. David, Texas wants to independent, and our infrastructure doesn't require government help. I know. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like I say, I am a tried and true Texas at heart. I just happen to live up here in Kanakistan. But I'm looking every day to find out and seek out methods or some method to get me down there. I really, really, really appreciate you coming on the stream anyways, like that good old T800. Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. People think it's just fiction when it's a warning message. First, 1984, which we're all living right now, exactly, became reality. Next, Terminator 1, 2 are going to become reality. Then, no, but that's the thing. When people always say that, like, oh, you just, you might want to stop just calling people conspiracy theorists and start to do a little bit more thinking these days. That's the one thing that hopefully will come to exist after all this stuff. It's going to take a little while, folks. But on the other side of all this shit, maybe we will end up in a world where more and more people are like, yeah, you just can't trust the central planners or the thought leaders anymore. Hopefully, at the very least, people will start to think more critically about these issues. Anyways, I'm just going to. Oh, David's saying Elon is here to exploit. Well, that's. Don't we all exploit? I think, right? We all exploit resources in some degree or some capacity, right? I guess. But I'd say he's looking to take advantage. So I guess you can kind of say it's somewhat of an exploit. Chris Tudor is fight the good fight. They say you are what you eat. I don't remember eating a legend. Right on. Okay, so back to, like I say, so there's this one too, just because it's not just that one report from Global News that's talking about vaccine passports. I'm going to bring another one up. This one's straight out of Reuters. Yeah. What are you going to do? Fact check me? That's the thing. How are you going to fact check me? I'm using a Reuters article. Oh, I guess I won't have to worry about being fact checked. Well, I see. That's the thing. Again, folks, it's not like I wouldn't love to use alternative sources, right, to talk about the stuff I talk about, because I know there's alternative sources that put forth information, better information than even these established sources. But once again, I know the game. I know they've rigged it. I know it's set up in a certain way. It's like, okay, I'll play your stupid little game and I'll beat you at it, right? That's what I do. That's what I try to do at the very least, so that I can have my voice out there and still present while a lot of people are being canceled. Well, it's not that I'm trying to conform per se, but I just, like I say, if I'm canceled and I have nobody to speak to, what good am I? I mean, good for myself, I get it, but not much good for anyone else. If I'm just, whistling past or whistling Dixie, or nobody's around to hear what I've got to say. Anyway, so EU to propose vaccine certificates in time for summer holidays. This is reported by Sabine Thibault and Philip Blankensop. I almost got to think, you ever watch that show MXC? It's actually on Prime. Prime, the Netflix thing, the Amazon Prime there. MXC, Kenny Blankenship. That's a fucking funny show. I get a kick out of that show. I don't know if you guys ever watch, guys and gals ever watch that, but the Bleak and Stop made me think of Kenny Blankenship, whatever they call him there. Anyways, Brussels, Reuters. The European Commission will propose this month an EU-wide digital certificate providing proof of the COVID-19 vaccination that could allow Europeans to travel more freely over the summer. So it's right there. I mean, it's right there. So if you say, oh, there's such thing as COVID-19 passports that are being bantered about around as something that's going to be potential as a means for you to travel freely, right, internationally or maybe even domestically, well, here it is. Like I say, they're the ones fucking saying it. It's right there. No conspiracy theory. It's fact. Well, once again, unless the fact checkers want to point out that the folks at Reuters are now fake news, right? So it's pick one or the other. So it's one or the other. You can't have both. You can't say fake news for anyone that repeats this stuff. That's the thing. You can't call people like myself right-wing conspiracy theories or tinfoil hat wearing fake news or disinformation proponents when we're reading from the sources that you folks call is our legitimate thought leaders and sources that we have to look up to gain our information and our knowledge, right? Well, okay. Well, they're saying it too. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do now? Uh-oh, that's going to put a fucking chink in the armor, isn't it? Whoops, how are we going to defend against this now? Probably a little hard. Oh, well, too bad, so sad. Maybe you should try being honest, right? Me, I don't have to worry about that stuff. Oh, I'm seeing that stupid fucking thing is popping up again on my thing. Where it looks like I have some stupid Wi-Fi thing. Oh, look at that. You folks are going to be able to see it, though. I got it before they changed it up or whatever the fuck happened. Yeah, here we go. And I'm sharing this. Yeah, I'm sharing this shit. Okay, we'll just call this something real easy here. Okay, we'll share it. I'm going to share it as a picture on Facebook because then I can share it on my create post. And then I can share it to you folks real quick. But this is what I'm getting. So in case I'm like I say, it could be even just something fucking stupid. I just don't know. If someone would just tell me in that regard, I wouldn't feel like an idiot. But this does happen. Oh, wait. There it is. Okay. Yep, there it is. And if any of you folks ever use StreamYard, you'll know what I'm talking about. Why is it not ready to post? Try it over here. Oh, okay, never mind. It's going to work. Just slow connection. Okay. There we go. Okay, so just to show you folks, this is what I keep getting. That was good. I got it. I got it. So like I said, if someone can explain this to me, I don't fucking know because I'm hardwired in. I'm not on a Wi-Fi connection. Not at all. So if someone could explain this to me, it'd be really, really, really cool. Really cool. Here we go. So as you can see, I just screen captured this, took a picture. I'll click on it. And as you can see, that is me. Look, see? But look at this right here. Okay? See this? Normally it shows you how many people are watching and then the time that you've been live streaming. And of course, your name down here in the thing. But I'm hardwired in. I don't use Wi-Fi for my connection at all. I'm hardwired, straight hardwired through an Ethernet cable. So why? Why am I seeing this Wi-Fi connection thing here when I'm not? Unless they've changed something in a tower somewhere that I just don't know about. I mean, that's possible, right? But why would it show it on my connection? It's not the external connection. It's on my connection through StreamYard. Anyway, so at the very least, I did get it so that you did see it. It is here on the stream. So if anyone knows what the hell is going on, why I get this stuff, because it does seem to fuck me up here even. It's not even that it's doing this, but it seems to fuck up my connection. But anyway, it is what it is. Let me turn this off. See how you folks are doing in the chat. I'm a conspiracy theorist, I guess, but so be. Hey, it's all good, man. It's better to be brainwashed by. Hey, listen, like I say, hey, everybody does their thing. Do your thing. I got nothing. Like I say, I got nothing against. To me, there's only a few things that I don't even give shit. It's just that when we're out socially or economically engaging, I don't care what you are in terms of person. It's like just don't use force, violence, and theft. Real basic shit here. It's like not that hard. Like you can be. That's the thing about libertarians. It's like you do you, David. I won't judge you, man. You do your thing. Matter of fact, even if you want to wear a tinfoil, I don't fucking care. I don't even care. I of course, I'm be a little hyperbolic there, but you know what I mean. I don't care. Like everybody's unique individuals. I mean, I've got some fucking quirks about me that people would probably find that's weird or strange, right? For sure. That's what it is. I'm unique. Matter of fact, I'm one of those people that I like to be unique. I don't want to fucking fit in. I would never want to be an NBC. So kudos for you for being at least outside of the status quo or outside the norm, because you got to recognize that being just part of the status quo or the norm these days is like not a good place to be as far as I'm concerned. So kudos to you. Kudos to you. It's the aliens. That's what it is, Chris. It's them goddamn aliens. Right? Now that they've declassified it, the aliens are like, well, I guess if it's all declassified now, everyone knows we're here. Well, why not, right? It's the lizard people. Remember, any of you older folks, especially the Gen Xers, any of you folks remember V for Vendetta? Remember that show, The Lizard People? Maybe they really exist. Right? They look like humans on the surface because they got their human skin bags, right, or whatever. Right? But underneath, they're just lizard. Right? I don't know. Oh, yeah, paranoia. Yeah, there's white supremacists everywhere. Lizard people and the white supremacists. David Icke was right. Right on. Right on. I don't know who cut your hair. Oh, no, hopefully it's not bad. Oh, but YouTube is cutting your grass. My wife cuts my hair, actually, and we got a new trimmer. Because the old trimmer was like, I don't know, 15 or so years old. I think it's probably even older than that. But it was to the point where when she was cutting my hair, like it would leave just as many stragglers as it was terrible. But my wife cuts my hair, baby. Or maybe you guys are talking amongst each other and you're not even talking about me. I don't know. Yes, remember the movie and series. That's what it was. V, right? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, V, right? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that was the one with the lizard people. Yeah, it was V. That's what it was, right? That was funny. I haven't seen that forever, but I remember that. It was quite intriguing at the time. I always been into that stuff anyways. I love space, astronomy, exploration, all that stuff. I just love science. I love math. I'm a math guy too. I love math. I know it's weird, right? For some people, but I really do like it. Yeah, maybe that wasn't fiction. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Nothing would surprise me much. Well, nothing surprises me anymore, to be honest with you. There's not much that surprises me anymore. Too many shits come to light for me to be surprised about many things these days, just like the rest of you folks. Anyway, so we got the EU one. We got the global news. Oh, and check this out. After all of that, though, and check and the Elon Musk, right, with the city, with the Dogecoin, like how freaking awesome is that? Like I say, everything that I think is needed and necessary to escape the current paradigm is starting to come to fruition by geniuses and people who have the skills and the capabilities to do so. And that's what we need, folks. That is what we need. But anyways, yeah, there was this. I want to share this with you folks too, because with all of this and all the crap we've been through over the last year, going from 2 weeks to flatten the curve to a full year of what? 2, 3, some places maybe, 3 full lockdowns, mask mandates, rampant fucking destruction of occupations, jobs, entire segments of society and the economy. School, although the school thing, actually, I'm not too much up in arms again, but the students not necessarily being in school and stuff. They might be getting better critical thinking skills if they can find or seek alternative forms of education. But like I say, there are a tremendous amount of things that have taken place that has caused a tremendous amount of harm for a tremendous amount of people. And it's turning out more and more every day that it may very well be or end up being that it was all for nothing. All a fucking waste, not just of money, time, and resources, but the mental stress, the hardships, the pain and suffering. It might have all been for absolutely fucking nothing. The massive amounts of debts and deficits, right? The push towards full-on central planning and collectivism and socialism. And then to have articles such as this come to light. Yeah. Rough stuff, folks. Rough stuff. But it is what it is. This one's out of CP24. Coronavirus likely to become endemic because cause illness and death for years to come. So all you people are thinking, just got to get your vaccine passports, just got to go through those quarantine facilities, right? Got to pay those $1,000, got to lock yourself up, got to muzzle yourself, isolate yourself from your family members. No, don't go out and party or have fun with them. You went through all that hell and the mental stress and the anguish, and all for what? For them to turn around now and say, well, it may never go away. This might very well end up being just like the flu or the common cold, where it's something that comes back year after year after year after year. I mean, if that's the case, think about how fast we humans, once we hear that, think about it. All you would have to do is hear that message, and then we're like, okay, think about how just hearing that message will change people's perceptions and how they act, right? That's the power of propaganda. That's the power of persuasion. People will change fundamentally how they think and how they act socially or economically just by having someone in a position of authority saying stuff that contradicts someone else with the position, or where their information completely is in contradiction or contrary to past rhetoric that this espouse. Critical thinking is much more important than you think, than you take into account. Because then you wouldn't have to go through these fucking peaks and valleys or this roller coaster ride. You would have been in the place where I am today, where it's like I've been steady the whole time. I knew exactly. I better be careful with how I'm holding my. Like I've been steady, right? It's been a steady stream the whole time, and like I understand where it was at. I mean, it's small, but because I have a fundamental grasp on principles, morality, ethics, all that stuff, economics, right? Reality over rhetoric. It didn't take me much to figure this stuff out. And once again, it's not because I'm some super exceptional genius by any stretch of imagination. I put in the work and effort to make sure I'm at least thinking critically. That's it. That's really it at the end of the day. But most people don't want to do that. They want to be spoon-fed their information, right? Because they're all too busy in their own personal lives. And once again, maybe some of the bad shit has happened to me that has destroyed my ability to be economically productive. Well, it's, once again, give me an area where I'll be productive in other ways, because a productive person is a productive person. And I'm going to remain productive no matter what I do, right? You can tie both hands and feet behind my back. I'll still find a way to be productive. I think central planners done fucked up all the time when they screw people like me up. Because I'm the one, like, put me in a position, right? You fucks might have been able to you might have been able to get away with all this shit, and us measly kids wouldn't have been interrupting your evil and the sinister plans if you didn't put me in a position where I had all kinds of time on my hand to do so, you dumb fox. Like I say, these people have no idea what they're doing. No clue. No clue. Anyways, let's just read it just a little bit. Or I will. How's that? I'll read it. You do it. No, I'm just kidding. So this was reported by Julie Steenhuisen and Kate Kellen, Reuters, published Wednesday, March 3rd, and last update. Chicago, March 3rd, Reuters. Chris Murray, a University of Washington disease expert whose projections of COVID-19 infections and deaths are closely followed worldwide, is changing his assumptions about the course of the pandemic. Oh, really? Okay. Murray had until recently been hopeful that the discovery of several effective vaccines could help countries achieve herd immunity or nearly eliminate transmission through a combination of inoculation and previous infection. Wait a minute, inoculation, previous. Are you suggesting that you could reach herd immunity by both the vaccine and natural infection? Well, because didn't we hear other assholes or idiots in the past? Wasn't even the WHO or some one of these? I covered it in one of my past streams. Were saying, oh yeah, WHO, they changed the definition of herd immunity where now it doesn't include previous infection. Well, apparently you didn't get, apparently this expert that's one of these people that are closely followed worldwide, right? Apparently he didn't get the memo or the note that suggests that, yeah, you can't get immunity by previous infection, right? Well, actually, he knows what he's talking about. It's the WHO that's gone political. But in the last month, data from a vaccine trial in South Africa showed not only that a rapid spread in coronavirus variant could dampen the effect of the vaccine, it could also evade natural immunity in people who have been previously infected. It's just like saying, could you just replace COVID-19 with like the yearly flu? Same fucking thing every year, right? I'm not suggesting that COVID-19 is the exact same as the flu, although nobody has given me 100% proof that it isn't, but anyways, or at least some iteration of it, right? But I'm not even suggesting that. Disclaimer, don't shut me down, don't demonetize me, don't delete my video there, YouTube. I'm just saying, there is no proof as of yet, right? And that if these, if it could evade natural immunity, well, that's the reason why I, for one, as an adult who've lived my whole life, never had one flu vaccine. I know lots of people that get their flu vaccine every year. And every year they got to come up with, or almost every year they got to come up with a new vaccine because, yeah, the old fucking flu mutated because the vaccine, that's the point of a flu. That's the point of a virus, is they mutate because they want to survive. That's kind of the point. And anyone worth their salt, not just in epidemiology, but even just understands the fucking common cold of the flu, understands this stuff. So nobody's reinventing the wheel or inventing fire today, right? This is just stuff that we should have all known for a long time. I couldn't sleep after seeing the data, Murray, director of the Seattle-based Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, told Reuters. When will it end? He asked himself, referring to the pandemic. He is currently updating his model to account for variants' ability to escape natural immunity and expects to provide new projections as early as this week. A new consensus is emerging among scientists, according to Reuters. Interviews with 18 specialists who closely track the pandemic or are working to curb its impact. Many described how the breakthrough late last year of two vaccines with around 95% efficacy against COVID-19 had initially sparked hope that the virus could be largely contained, similar to the way the measles had been. But they say data in recent weeks on new variants from South Africa and Brazil has undercut that optimism. They now believe that SARS-CoV-2 will not only remain with us as an endemic virus, continuing to circulate in communities, but will likely cause a significant burden of illness and death for years to come. As a result, the scientists said people could expect to continue to take measures such as routine mask wearing and avoiding crowded places during COVID-19 surges, especially for people at high risk. Well, okay, that's their idiots are saying that's going. I mean, come on, the flu and the cold every fucking year. Do we try to lock ourselves down, close ourselves off, put a mask on? No. That's the point, is that some of us that want to have a healthy fucking immune system are like, we'll take our chances and we'll come out on the other side of the best because we're the people that are making that mental calculation, right? Some people might fuck up, but don't try to treat us all as collectivists or a one-size-fits-all approach. I want to build up my immune. The people in my family want to build up our immune system for any potential of these goddamn viruses or variations going forward. And yeah, I'm not going to be masking up, locking myself in, or isolate myself so that I'm vulnerable and my immune system doesn't know how to handle anything. That's never going to happen. So I don't care a fuck about what the recommendations in terms of, even if it's here for, let's say it's here for decades, they're saying, well, I guess we'll just have to wear masks and social isolation. Well, they can say that shit because they're a bunch of coward conformists or a fucking bunch of wimps. But I'll tell you, I will suggest that the overwhelming majority of most people on this fucking planet aren't going to put up with this shit for much longer. Right? Even the ones that are loving this shit right now and making money hand over fist. Did you hear about this? I'll deal with this in a future video. The Canadians, the ones who got served, the ones who used big government as a means to their end since COVID-19, not only did they not see their economic prowess or status go down, they've actually seen an increase. And this is articles that have been coming out of the established media, and I'll cover them in a subsequent either live stream or future video. But yeah, there are some Canadians that they didn't see any decline in their revenue during COVID-19. They've seen an increase. So think about it. COVID-19 made you richer. Many people, and those are the people who are connected to the establishment or the ruling class, have actually gained monetary advantage and benefit and now have savings to spend. because of this. So what the fuck is going on with that? Right? I mean, that, like I say, that's a story to deal with all on its own. Anyways, I'll place a link to this in the description of the stream as well. But yeah, a lot of craziness going on, folks. Go check here in the old streams how everyone's doing. Vax is no damn good. Yeah, well, I mean, whether it is or not, like I say, people do their thing. You do you, you do. Some people want to take the vaccine. Matter of fact, if you're really elderly, frail, comorbidities, and this potentially has some potential to help you in any way, yep, do your thing. Like I say, each individual, you make that decision, that determination for yourself. For anyone that's even remotely healthy, just stop with the nonsense already, right? Yeah, no mass or lockdown mandates in South Dakota never was. And thanks for pointing that out there, Robert Babcock. Of course, that's another area where you have a lot of blue collar workers, right? People with some fucking balls, some courage, right? And like the oil and gas industry, the ones who are, trying to not be canceled by the status quo or the establishment. So yes, and good for the fine folks of South Dakota for at least keeping their economy humming along. And I'm sure the people of South Dakota are very appreciative of that as well. What's this one here? Last man with the name, and I didn't have to. Oh, you guys must be talking amongst each other here. Anyways, yeah. So yeah. Now that I got that all the way, let me bring up the Anthony thing here once again. Antonia. Oh, wait a minute. I had that saved as a post, didn't I? There we go. There we go. Okay, so here it is right here. So here it is. Let me share this with you folks. Share screen. Yeah, I'm going to share this with you folks. I think this is a great initiative, and I can't wait to hear from Anthony to let me know how this is going to play out and where we go from here. Let me make sure you folks see that. Yeah. Okay. So my friend Anthony Samarov, like I say, the author of, he's actually an author of a couple books, but the one in particular is Universal Basic Income, For and Against by Anthony Samarov. Great, like I say, great book to read and definitely get you up to speed in the knowledge in terms of that universal basic income. Anyways, so hi, I'm going to be creating an online community to help people who have something to offer the world make money helping people. I have been self-employed as a therapist and coach about 8 years. Before that, I was a piano tutor. It took me a while to get the hang of the self-promotion side of it, but it's easy when you know how I'm going to make it easy for people because there's no formal selling involved, just connecting with people and find out if you're suitable to help them. If you know someone who can benefit from this, let them know. Please, this is extremely important as the world can't wait for people to be ready to help any longer. It needs help now, so let's do it. So anyways, I posted in here that I had it somewhere here. It's in here somewhere. Or was this a different one? Anyways, oh no, there I am. I'm in. So anyway, and we had a conversation there. So I'm going to jump into this, and because yeah, we need to get people that are in these positions to help others out, and we need to make it so that there's some kind of monetary benefit for this. That's the thing. We have to create our own ecosystem where there's rewards and values for everything that we provide. That's how we create our own economic system and structure. Is we have to, like I say, value is important. People think that economics is removed from the human equation in some way or some capacity. It's you can't. Value is part and parcel of everything that we do, right? Socially and economically, it's something that we have to keep at our forefront. And I've been saying this for a long time. Many of you folks who watch my streams have been listening to me while I've been saying it's all about pay to play. A lot of these social media platforms now that we get for free, but they're not free. We're the commodity, we're the product, right? But if you don't want to be the product, especially if you're the product and you're not getting any return on Like if you're the product, right? Like if I was gold and people are selling, buying, and trading gold, and I'm like, but I'm not getting any of that value, but I'm the actual gold that they're using. Like, well, that's fucked up, right? I should be rewarded. I should have some value if I'm the one, if I'm the commodity that's being traded and exchanged. Well, shouldn't I have some intrinsic? Does that mean I have intrinsic value? Well, does not mean that I should have that value. Why does other people get to possess that value if it's me that's offering? Anyway, so once again, it comes down to we got to get beyond this fucking bullshit where other people are making benefits where we're the ones doing all the work, right? No, the people that are doing the work should be the ones that are benefiting and rewarding from it or being compensated for it. And this initiative, no doubt, will prove to help that or be beneficial to a multitude of people in that regard. And like I say, I'm really excited. And if you're interested in yourself, let me know or reach out to Anthony Sam Ruffy because he is looking for people to join up and submit their interest for it and see how it goes from there. Like I say, there's lots of initiatives that are taking place, lots of libertarians, lots of people who are freedom fighters and critical thinkers who are coming up with initiatives all the time. Me, I'm even trying to think of more and more ideas myself. If I only had the money to put these ideas into fruition, wow, the sky truly would be the limit. And like I say, very appreciative of these folks. They're doing this. Now, I did want to say one other thing. If you didn't see my interview with, actually, let me bring up my YouTube channel. I'm having another interview. So this will be my second interview. And with the cryptocurrencies and how things are going today, this is something I'm more and more interested in every day. So silver, blockchain, maybe that'll work. Search. No. Maybe I didn't share it. Maybe it was only on. Oh, maybe I didn't reshare it on my actually. Yeah. See if I can find it there. It's been a while, I know. It has been a while. Here, let me bring it up for you folks so you can at least see the channel. Share screen. I believe this was the channel. Load Pay Media. Constructing the digital money of the future. So trust me, you're going to want to check out this. Just scrolling through because this was the I do believe this is where my interview took place. And we're going to be doing another one. Another interview. Just trying to find it here, folks. One year ago? Did I already scroll past it or something? Or was it a different channel entirely? Anyways, I'll get all that stuff together and put it in the link of the description of the stream. But yeah, I'm going to be having another interview with these folks on Tuesday, 9 p.m. So Tuesday, 9 p.m. Pacific. So that would be what? 1 p.m. Atlantic time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be having a chat with these fine folks once again. And I know they have a multitude of pages. So it might not be this one in specific or in particular. There's one where they uploaded the interview, but I know I have seen it. It is there. It does exist. I will, like I say, place a link to it in the description of the stream. But yeah, these folks, once again, getting into not just cryptocurrencies, but hard, tangible commodities such as silver and gold as a means to back them up. So you can have your digital wallet and use things that are easily convertible and transferable in the digital realm, but you can also, attach them to and convert them to real tangible assets such as silver or gold. And these things, like I say, that gives you the ability that in the physical space and the digital space where you can protect and hedge yourself against the massive inflation. And you know damn well, right? Even the central bankers and central planners out there saying that inflation is very much, the potential for it is very much on the horizon. Although we already acknowledge that inflation is already here. It's in the housing market. It's in the grocery store, right? Inflation exists. There's other areas where you're not seeing is maybe electronics, but that's because, of trade, the valuation of currencies and all that stuff, and punitive measures such as tariffs that can manipulate prices, all kinds of things that affect that. But in terms of here in our own domestic countries, we've seen inflation, like I say, not just in terms of housing, but the food, the fuel, everything that we consume that are the staples that sustain us as a human being, right? It's food, fuel, and housing. You know damn well all those three core aspects of what it is that you need, like that you require to sustain yourself. The inflation area there, it's already rampant. It's already priced a lot of people out of the market entirely. And some people, are getting to the point where you have to have multitudes of people living together just to get by, right? And that's the current world we live in today. But we also have the option to hedge against these things. And you know what? Historically and in the past, I wasn't as proactive. But today, seeing the writing that's on the wall, you have to, right? Even if you weren't one of these people that were into these things prior, well, you better be today. If you want to protect, like if you're a hardworking person, if you want to protect, the value of all that hard work and effort that you produce and provide in society, the only way you're going to be able to do that is hedging against the current monetary system, because the current monetary system is constantly trying to devalue and depreciate not just your purchasing power, but what you're economically rewarded for your labor or what you provide in society. But like I say, I'll be looking forward to talking to those folks again. And of course, it'll be uploaded. Actually, the other one, I'll have to make sure that I'll re-upload that one on my Canadian Libertarian YouTube channel. Surprised I actually didn't already do that. I must have let that one slip by me, but I'll make sure to do it. I'll do the first one and I'll do the second one as well. Yeah. What's going on with, even as I text peeps out doing yoga in the park with masks on? Like, what? I know, like, especially if you're all by yourself, like, fuck, enough with your goddamn virtue signaling your conformity, right? Listen, if you're a good person, genuinely good person, why do you constantly feel a need to virtue signal all the time? That's why I always why I get concerned with people who are so busy virtue signaling their conformity or their obedience to their masters. Like, what the fuck did you do in your life? You fucked somebody up, or you fucked up hardcore for you to have this kind of, you must have a lot of guilt, right? Residing inside you somewhere that you feel like you have to constantly virtue signal your conformity these days. Fix yourself inside, fix whatever the fuck you've done to put your mindset in that place. That'll make you a better person. And you'll be the kind of person that, like, once again, will have some self-respect, some dignity, and be willing to afford that kind of freedom and dignity for your other citizens. You won't race down to that area of resentment, right? Don't be resentful and envious of other people who are trying to practice their freedom. Try to emulate them, right? But yeah, I'm with you there. It's fucking weird with these people and doing that stuff, Wendy. It's really weird. I would never go out, try to make fun of them, right? That's what our opponents would do. But I'm not that kind of person. But then I think, well, yeah, but what the hell? These people, allowing them to remain comfortable in their conformity, is that a good idea? I don't fucking know. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. Anyways, let's see here. It looks like you folks are having a good little chat over church and really. Hey, listen, I love having these kinds of conversations. Matter of fact, hey, David, if you ever do, hey, as a Texan, hey, if you ever want to come on to my channel, I know I've been going a little longer today. Well, I'm about an hour and 10 minutes into it. But hey, if you ever want to have a conversation there, David, I'd be more than willing to even bring you right on the stream, and we could talk about whatever you want, how it's like down there living in Texas, or what your idea is in terms of freedom, some of the perspectives or positions you're taking here, even in the chats. If you ever do want to come on, like I say, just reach out to me anytime, Canadian Libertarian BH, or at gmail.com, or Canadian Libertarian at protonmail.com. Once again, on my social media page, Facebook, you can find me Canadian Libertarian. Mine's Canadian Libertarian. Well, basically, just look for Canadian Libertarian in my ugly mug, because I always use my proper profile picture, And I don't use fake names or aliases or all that shit. I am who I am, right? Which is why they can target me quite easily, I suppose. But anyways, but yeah, if you ever want to talk to me, I'm always willing to engage and converse with people. It doesn't mean we have to always agree. We can have disagreements. That's fine. I don't mind that. And you can come at me with some conspiracy. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I enjoy speaking freely to people without our voices, being quelled, or reduced. I like to be able to speak freely, and if you're like that as well, then like I say, I'd be more than willing to bring you on the channel and have a good old conversation with you, whatever you want to talk about. Compliancy is where we are, is why we are where we are. Exactly. I have never worn a mask, and the government has weaponized the brain dead populace who needs to be told what to do. I'm with you there. And it's hard. It's hard because even not wearing a mask, every time I do it, I see all the eyes and but at the same time, I realize that, yeah, but these people need me. They need me. They need me at the very least. They need at least one fucking person in that goddamn, like if you're in an area and there's 100 people, trust me, they need at least one person. They need one person at minimum to be out there saying, no, I'm not going to fucking bow and conform, because that's the only thing that's going to inspire them or embolden them to say, yeah, I should do better. I should stand up and defy this shit too. Yeah, it's tough, right? And like, I'm not ever suggesting or saying to anyone that you need to step up and be the martyr, right? Sacrifice yourself for the collective. Never would I suggest that, unless you choose to do that voluntarily, but not for the collective, but maybe for some people that you care about, right? So that's the other thing. The collective benefits even from some of our sacrifices that aren't necessarily meant for the collective, right? That's the problem. That's the issue. And good for them. The fact it's really good for these fucking fuckers that they get to constantly benefit from all of our non-conformity and our disobedience, right? Anyways, let me see. Is there anything else I covered? I got that. This Elon Musk setting up. See, that's so badass. We got that one. And we got that one. So yeah, so we've basically covered. I think, yeah, I probably won't keep the stream going much longer, folks, because like I say, the long ones, I know people don't care too much for the really, really long ones. So I'll tie this up quick. But like I say, we covered the most important issues. Vaccine, passports. Once again, it's already reality. I put that out there. That's what I do. That's why I do what I do, folks. Use me. Don't abuse me, but you feel more than comfortable using me. All right. That's why I do what I do, for you to use me in that way. Right. Benefit. Hopefully you'll reward me or benefit me in some way. But that's why I do what I do. All the sources, once again, you won't have to worry about that someone's going to try to debunk what you're saying because you're using sketchy sources for your information. Once again, I do this in a manner I do so that it's like rock solid. You got the rock solid evidence, and nobody's going to be able to bullshit or debunk anything that's said or that you will present, because we're reverencing established media sources and the very rhetoric they espouse, right? So they can't do it. That's, like I said, that's the main reason why I tend to use a lot of established media sources, is for that specific and that very reason. And I suggest and I recommend you do the same. Not because I want to promote these established media sources, because obviously I'm not. I'm literally showing that they're manipulating the minds of the masses. But at the same time, there's enough rhetoric contained within their articles and their information that you can use that, but they won't be able to say that you're a conspiracy theorist or a right-wing conspiracy theorist or one of those, I don't know, whatever, nut bars, or, the insults, Trump supporters. They try it. I get it from time to time, but not nearly as many as other people, because I'm much more proactive in making sure I'm covering most of my bases. I know we shouldn't have to. I get that too. We shouldn't have to worry about this shit. But depends. Hey, if you want to play into the fucking game, it's rigged up in a certain manner. Right? And it is what it is. We can hope, wish, and pray that it's not, but it is what it is. Anyways, like I say, thanks for all you folks for joining the chat. Oh, I do see a new name in there. You Are the Church. Their book is the oldest, most popular book of reference ever. Oh, so you folks are talking with. That's the other thing. If you folks ever even want to get into talking about religion, how that, especially with Jordan Peterson, by the way, my book is actually, my wife's picking up my book today. It was actually available the other day But we have to pick it up. Unfortunately, I guess Chapters is where it had to come through. We couldn't order it directly to ship to the house. You had to pick it up through Chapters, I guess, to get in early on the orders. But yeah, I'll be getting that one. But yeah, like I say, to figure out how like religiosity, psychology, philosophy, all these things and how all this plays out. Like I'm always willing to talk about, especially the big stuff, the principles, the ideas, some of the ethics and morality as it pertains to, like say, religiosity or even classical liberalism and how that played out in the post Reformation or the Enlightenment era. I'm always willing to engage and discuss these not just big ideas, but these very deep and entrenched topics that affect a major or a massive amount of our social and economic lives. So if any of you ever want to reach out and talk to me, like I say, CanadianLibertarianBH@gmail.com. That's an easy one. I check that one every day without exception. So that's an easy one to find me. My Proton Mail, that's an encrypted service. I do check that one, but not every day. And once again, you can always find me on at Canadian Libertarian on most of the dominant social media platforms and even a lot of the others. And I will just say this. I am going to probably join Telegram by sheer fact that I have a few peeps on Facebook that I've become friends with over the years who are moving away from the dominant platforms. And unfortunately, they're going to platforms that I don't currently have a presence, but they matter enough to me that it's worthwhile that maybe I'll put my presence over in some of this. So Telegram, or Telegraph, I believe it's called, right? Or is it Telegram? Telegram, yeah, Telegram. That the alternative platform. I'm probably going to end up have to make a one there so that I can stay connected with a couple other peeps. So you might be able to find me if you're already over there as well. And of course, I always use the username unless someone's already used it yet. Canadian Libertarian. If not, a lot of times I'll use like CAN_Libertarian. But anyways, just look for me over there if you're not any of the other platforms that I'm already on, which is Gad, Minds, ThankSpot, Locals, Friendster, Patreon, YouTube, BitChute, Rumble. Oh, Christ. The list, it's a long one, folks. It's a long one. And I try my best to stay on top. Most of them, not all. But trust me, if you really want to find me, it's not that difficult to do so. Anyways, all you folks have yourself a great day. We'll see you in the next live stream. And pay attention, like I say, that one I'm going to be doing on Tuesday. And look out for my conversation and my interview I'll be having with Anthony Samrob. And like I say, I'll see you folks on the other side in the next stream. In the meantime, or in the interim, stay safe out there. Watch out for these goddamn COVID conformists and these Karens, right? The snitches among us. And try to live your life as free as humanly possible, because that's what I do. Because that's what it is to be a human, live in this world. You know what? I love liberty. Or no, you know what? I'm Canadian Libertarian. I love